Moving to a new country is exciting, but it's also a crash course in cultural friction. Thailand, with its rich traditions, unique social norms, and quite different worldview, often challenges Western assumptions about life, work, and relationships. For those of us coming from a culture that focuses on independence, efficiency, and direct communication, these differences can be challenging. Let's explore some of the key areas where expats often experience friction. Freedom versus family. In many Western countries, individual freedom is highly prized. We are taught to make choices for ourselves, pursue personal goals, and live independently. In Thailand, family, often extended family, is the anchor. Decisions are filtered through family needs and expectations, sometimes leaving expats feeling constrained or frustrated. It's not that Thais are controlling per se, it's a deeply rooted sense of loyalty and independence. Celebrations, financial decisions, and even career choices are frequently family matters. For a Westerner used to autonomy, this can feel like pressure, or alternately, a safety net you never knew you needed. That said, friction can arise when the family crosses the line into interference or coercion. Comments, emotional manipulation, or overt control, especially from in-laws, are not uncommon. Expats with Thai partners almost always have a few stories about a mother-in-law dictating or trying to control her daughter. Many won't readily admit it, partly due to a rose-coloured glasses tendency among expats who don't want to feel they married poorly. But no relationship is perfect, and crucially, you can't choose your partner's family. Learning to navigate these boundaries is often as important as understanding Thai culture itself. Hierarchy versus equality. Western cultures often value egalitarianism. Everyone gets a voice, questioning authority is normal, and respect is earned rather than assumed. Thailand, in contrast, has a strong sense of hierarchy rooted in age, social status, and position. You'll notice it in offices, in markets, even in casual conversation. Older people are deferred to, teachers and bosses are rarely challenged publicly, and social harmony often trumps direct honesty. Understanding and respecting these hierarchies isn't just polite, it's essential for smooth interactions. Most expats will tell you that a Thai partner or friend has at some point asked them to lower their voice or adjust their tone at immigration, in a bank, during a dispute over a wrong order, or even a neighbour issue. You have to be acutely aware of who you are talking to and how. For example, in the West, a bank teller is there to serve the account holder and is expected to be accommodating. In Thailand, working in a bank is a respected position, and no matter how frustrating the bureaucracy may be, you need to be calm, patient, and courteous, often beyond what you might consider reasonable. Otherwise, you risk being seen in a very poor light, and offence may be taken. Sabai Sabai versus Western urgency. The Thai phrase Sabai Sabai is notoriously hard to translate, but it roughly means relaxed, easygoing, and stress-free. While Western culture glorifies speed, productivity, and deadlines, Thailand moves at its own pace. Trains might run late, paperwork might take days instead of hours, and small delays are often met with a smile rather than frustration. At first, this can feel maddening. Over time, many expats learn the subtle art of going with the flow and find a new appreciation for life lived without constant urgency. It is, without doubt, frustrating at times, but oftentimes you have no choice but to just let go, and there's liberation to be found in doing so. Indirect communication versus directness. In Western culture, we value clarity and honesty, often saying exactly what we mean. In Thailand, communication tends to be indirect. People may avoid saying no directly to prevent confrontation or embarrassment. People may use subtle hints or rely on non-verbal cues. For newcomers, this can be confusing. A maybe might mean definitely not, and a polite smile might hide discomfort. From a Western perspective, it can sometimes feel like someone is being sly or even lying, but most of the time, it's simply cultural avoidance. Confronting the situation with, "Why didn't you just say?" will usually be brushed off. The Thai approach is often to move on rather than dwell on the discomfort. Developing patience, observation, and a sense of nuance is key to understanding what is really being communicated. Risk-taking versus caution. Western cultures often celebrate boldness, risk-taking, and experimentation. Thai culture generally prioritizes caution, safety, and social approval. This isn't simply about fear, it's about maintaining harmony and avoiding unnecessary conflict or shame. Many Thais can also be unreasonably fearful of the outside world because most haven't traveled extensively, even domestically. Some may avoid certain countries due to rumors, stereotypes, or perceived dangers. Education plays a key role here. While things are changing in modern Thailand, most Thais over 30 grew up with a traditional system focused on nation, religion, and loyalty to the king, which reinforced caution and respect for country and authority. Expats may find it frustrating when ideas are slowly implemented, approvals are sought from multiple people, or the local approach seems overly conservative. On the flip side, this carefulness can lead to long-term stability in personal relationships, which is why there are so many, despite what you might hear on YouTube, successful Thai-Westerner relationships. The expat balance. Living in Thailand is a constant negotiation between two sets of values. You might push for efficiency at work, only to be reminded that relationships matter more than speed. You may crave independence, only to discover that family networks can feel suffocating, or that you simply have to accept rules and expectations that don't make sense to you. Cultural friction can be frustrating, exhausting, and challenging. You will have to compromise, adapt, and sometimes just suck it up. Over time, you may figure out how to fit in, how to temper Western urgency with Thai calm, assert independence without offending, and navigate hierarchies without losing your temper. But it's a constant learning curve, and it's rarely smooth. Ultimately, living here isn't about conquering cultural differences. It's about surviving them, managing them, and finding a way to function. And in doing so, you'll learn not just about Thailand, but about the limits of your own patience. For lots more information on how to thrive and be happy in Thailand, visit thethailandlife.com. Thank you for listening.